See you hooping on Sunday?
Hopefully.
The film, what kind of impressions did you take from your start in New Orleans?
Yeah, I definitely watched it and learned from it and took all the coaching points and then have worked hard in practice to fix the things. I hate saying fix, but learn from the things I didn't do as well and just get better at them. And I think the guys have done that, and we've definitely moved on from that game. Just really focused on the Cardinals and stacking another good performance and carrying some good momentum into this week.
If you had to look at those things, what were some of those things where you said, okay, I could be better at this or better at that?
Really just mindset stuff and staying in the moment. And like I said, starting the game faster is important to me. And that just goes down to doing your job really well and sticking to your rules, your reads, all those things. So working on that in practice and still got a lot to put in here and get better at.
Mac, why don't you like the word fix?
I feel like it sometimes has like a negative connotation. I think like you're just trying to grow and learn and do things better. So that's what I think it is. I don't think anything's broken, and when you hear fix, that's what you think, right? But in football, every week it's a new week, and the NFL, they don't care if you won last week or lost. It's a fresh slate, fresh canvas, and you got to go out there and paint a good picture.
Is that part of like how you kind of have to train your mind as far as positive thinking? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very subtle thing, but is that something that you've learned throughout your NFL career?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, what you think usually comes to life. So you got to be positive and also critical at the same time. And you never do everything right. So you got to figure out what you didn't do right and learn from it.
It was okay. It was a few times that we saw Purdy, talking with you on the sideline, cheering for you, excited for you, the plays you were making out there. Just interested, now that you've reflected on that game and now you guys are looking to week 3.
Yeah.
Have you and Brock talked, had any conversations, anything that's kind of helped you to go into this game a little bit more settled than the last?
Yeah, Brock's doing a great job preparing and really just bouncing off ideas between each other. And like we do every week, we're going to go in each day and attack it. And there's a lot of information to absorb, and whether he's playing or I'm playing, it doesn't matter. We're still working together and just trying to get to Sunday to where we feel comfortable and the coaches feel comfortable in the plan and we feel comfortable in the plan. So, yeah, we do a great job communicating and also having fun and just keeping it loose in there. And that's what it's all about. You're working, but you're also, that's your job, but you're really just friends, also just hanging out.
I don't know how much you pay attention to some of the numbers and things like that, but numbers show that last year you struggled a bit against zone coverage. The other day you had a lot of success against it. Anything that you can point to that maybe helped, or that maybe something schematically you're doing here that is helping in that regard?
Yeah, just different systems, I guess. And obviously the system is very quarterback driven and playing on time and then also not playing on time. Like it's not just always perfectly on time. And zone defense is about depth and spacing. So guys just have to get in the right spots, and it's the quarterback's job to deliver the ball. And then man coverage is different, and you can see either one. Sometimes you know, sometimes you don't, but you have to react and play the position how you would normally. And it doesn't really matter if it's man or zone. You just got to follow your rules and go where the ball takes you.
You got down on yourself too much when things went wrong earlier in your career?
I don't know if down on myself. I just really got better at rolling with the punches, and I've been through a lot, but I feel like it makes me stronger and not making a big deal about things that aren't a big deal. Like if you miss a motion or one little thing, it's not the end of the game. And I've been coached that way, and I've been thankful to be coached that way, and I've gotten coached that way here. Just focusing on everything and trying to do everything right, and you're never going to be perfect. I think that's the biggest thing with me is I'm a perfectionist, and so a lot of these guys on this team and in the NFL. So really just playing functional, and like I said in last week, just throw it, run it, or hand it off. So it's pretty much that simple.
Is there any difference in knowing you're going to start like last week as opposed to this week? Well, I might start.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, as a backup, you're not playing the first snap, and as a starter, you are. So you got to be ready for both. And at the end of the day, all the externals don't really matter. You just have to focus on the game plan and getting everything tidied up by Sunday. And that's what I'm doing, just like a normal week for me, and following my schedule and being ready to play if my number's called.
What's the number one thing that jumps out about Arizona's scheme or personnel?
Yeah. Played against them a few years ago. It's a new scheme and some similar players, but they do a great job disguising coverage and got a lot of good players on the back end. And obviously their defensive line is explosive. been very impressed with them on film this year and obviously last year too. So they got playmakers. They try to confuse the quarterback, and they do a good job of that.
It does seem like an odd question, but the guys in the locker room have mentioned a few times how funny you are and how popular your personality is within the locker room. Just wondering if off the field that kind of helped to build chemistry that kind of is folded over onto the field.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm always just trying to be myself, and at the end of the day, like it's your friends, it's your brothers that you're playing with out there, and the closer that you can be off the field is the closer you're going to be on the field. So try to be the same guy every day and have fun with it, and go out there and let it fly. I think everyone knows that about me, and I really appreciate the guys on this team for having my back, and I got to continue to earn that every day. Like just because it's 1 week doesn't matter. You got to do it again and show them that you can do it consistently.
Mark, I was wondering, in the AFC East, did you ever see Bryce Huff coming off the edge like that, like he did against the Saints?
Yeah, one time I remember, but I heard it was like some record or something. And yeah, he's got a great get off, and like he's so quiet, so you never hear him coming. He just sends it. And I remember playing against him, and we were always worried about like the other guy on the other side. I'm like, no, we got to worry about this guy. So he's done a great job, and a great locker room guy, just quiet, does his job, and really love playing with him.
That moment you were thinking about a sack or no?
Yeah, I did get sacked. I'm pretty sure I think they called a roughing the passer, but it was not a roughing the passer.
I talked to head coach Kyle Shanahan, and I asked him what the conversations were like between you and him, and he just said, it's day to day. How is he feeling? So, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean exactly that. It's been a day to day thing this week, and I feel like I'm happy with the progress that I've been making with my foot and toe, and so more than anything, it's just going to be a day to day thing on how I feel. Nothing really more to that. So.
Was it indeed the play you kind of scrambled out to the left and got tackled as you were going toward the sideline that you hurt it? Like, how did you when did you start feeling it, and how much worse did it get as the game went on?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just accumulation of certain plays and different moments in the game and stuff. So, I think I finished the game, and it was more so like the adrenaline cooled down, and I was like, all right, something's wrong with my toe here, and obviously you go in, you get an MRI, and you get a diagnosis and all that. So I didn't really know until after, but obviously you go throughout a game and you get hit and go through certain things, but my mindset's always been like, I can play, and you got to really take me off the field for something serious, but if I can walk and jog and throw a football, then I'm good to go. So like that was more so my mindset, and like I said, I didn't feel it till after. So.
Did you let them know during the game that there was at least something that was bothering you in some way?
Yep.
Would you play this weekend, or do you still need to wait and see how it feels in a day or two?
Definitely just got to see, come game time, how I feel. It's not – obviously I want to play every game, dude. Like I want to be out there. We only get 17 regular season games, and every game matters, especially a divisional, going against Cardinals. So if you ask me, I'd love to, but, I mean, I'm trying to be smart with my body here. But you never know. We'll see when the game comes.
Brock, have you ever dealt with a toe injury, and if not, do you have more appreciation for the importance of the big toe?
Yeah, I've never dealt with a toe injury, but yeah, it's crazy. Just talking to receivers and skill position guys that, you hear them go through a toe injury or whatnot, and then they go, no, dude, it's one of the most painful things regarding, because you use your toe, you use your feet, and every little movement and stuff, and you got to be explosive and go in and out of cuts, and so yeah, I definitely have a new perspective and an appreciation for making sure that your toes are healthy, and it's everything. So.
Your shoulder, is that still an issue, or is it at this point not an issue?
No, it's good. Yeah.
Obviously, it affects your mobility. How does it affect your ability to throw a football?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's dropping back. I went back and watched film and just saw how explosive you really need to be at quarterback. You don't really think about it, but getting back from the line of scrimmage and your drop, your handoffs, carrying out a fake, bootlegs, and scrambling, obviously you need your toes to be able to go in and out of those cuts, and it's something that you can't really mask. You got to be all in and healthy to be able to play the position of quarterback. So now I realize that.
You have to wear a steel plate under the toe, Brock, or have the footwear adjusted? And then my other question is, are you pretty glad you escaped what Joe Burrow's got?
Yeah, I mean, I think the orthotics and cleat footwear and stuff, we're going through that right now. But yeah, there's been guys that wear, the steel foundation that can help out with your toes and whatnot. But yeah, there's that, and then obviously, yeah, what happened to Joe sucks, man. And so I'm fortunate, that I don't have to have surgery. But I don't really know what else to say, man. It's just unfortunate.
When you're watching the game, are you going through the reps that Mac's going through mentally, emotionally? How are you approaching that?
During the game or practice? During the game. Yeah, obviously I'm in tune to every single play call, and last week I'm on the sideline, yes, but how can I help my team, and be a guy there for Mac, helping him with what he saw on the field when he comes off the sideline, or talking to other players about the play and stuff. So it's just like handling all that, but obviously being in tune and seeing what he's what he's seeing out in the field. It's tougher when you're on the sideline, but I understand like his shoes and him going through reads and trying to handle the emotions of a game. It's not easy, and so obviously I want to be there for him and my whole team as a whole. Thanks, guys.